With everything going on today, I just want to thank you for taking time out to listen to me and listen to the good news that I have to bring to you. And here we have top 50 positive news stories of 2020. But before we do that, I want to get into a little thank you from GNN and the Good News Network and Jerry Reese Courtney. It's truly been a year like no other, yet people around the world have done so much good in 2020. Scientists have not just been working on COVID vaccines. Researchers have made major diabetes breakthroughs, discovered new cancer therapies, and launched critical green innovations to make the world a better place for us all. And though the year has been difficult for our favorite restaurants and bars and people losing jobs, millions of people have done whatever it takes to keep them afloat. From all of us at the Good News Network, thank you to our readers for your hilarious and heartwarming comments and for sharing our positive news stories with your friends. With everyone proclaiming good riddance to 2020, we can't help but bask in this magnificent glow of kindness, resilience, and personal growth that has emerged. Thank you for joining. So, to start off our top 50 news stories, we're going to start off at number 50. All right. Let's see. Number 50. When black man was afraid to walk in his upscale community, 75 neighbors walked with him. When African American Sean Dromgold was afraid to walk in his gentrified community, he expressed his fear, and 75 neighbors walked with him and started a movement around the country. Number 49. Two surfers save a starving cold dog from a sea cave after it had been missing for 3 months. Sean Regan and Matt Johnson were camping on a Vancouver island when they found a lost dog stuck in a sea cliff cave for months. OMG. That is awesome. Number 48. Love in the time of Corona. NYC man is now dating his neighbor after he creatively woes her in quarantine. Jeremy Cohen became internet famous after he published a series of videos on how he won the heart of his neighbor, a quarantine cutie. Number 47. Mom donates lottery win anonymously to wounded policemen, but officers track her down to reciprocate. Sherita Sims won $100, but even though she needed it, she donated it to the Kansas City officer. But the police department raised $145,000 for her kindness. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. All right, give thanks for that. Number 46. Businessman needs a warehouse, stumbles upon the world's largest train set, and refuses to simply tear it down. Man, look at that. That is awesome. Rather than tear down the elaborate model train display in this New Jersey warehouse, a businessman paid $250,000 to renovate it for the public. All right, thank you. I wish I could go see that in New Jersey. Number 45. A woman who fostered 600 kids in 50 years took in anyone regardless of age and medical condition. Linda Herring has fostered more than 600 children of every age, gender, race, and medical category. Thank you, Miss Linda Herring, for giving us your life and dedicating your life to helping others. We really appreciate that. Thank you. And number 44. Shaq repays fans' kindness in Best Buy by offering to pay for nicest laptop in store. When a random basketball fan approached Shaquille O'Neal to express his condolences, the NBA legend repaid the kindness by buying the guy a laptop. All right, Shaq. I've met Shaq before. I served him. He loves turkey burgers when I used to work at News Cafe in Miami Beach. Shaq, you're a cool dude, man. Thank you for, just for the tip. You left me a good tip. Thank you, man. Number 43. Australian woman finds koala hanging out in her Christmas tree and photos are adorable. An Australian woman found that her Christmas tree had a new ornament after a live koala wandered inside and snuggled up to the branches. Look at that. That is adorable. He's so cute. He probably was hungry trying to eat something. And number 42. After years of helping the Crow family, man was left mind blown over their homemade gifts in return. An amateur Seattle bird watcher was stunned to discover that the neighborly Crow family in his front yard had left him 2 mind-blowing gifts. Man, look at that. 2 bottle caps on sticks. That is awesome. The birds are smart. Birds of a feather flock together. And number 41. Watch dog talk to his owner in English using a soundboard with dozens of spoken phrases. Bunny the dog may only be 11 months old, but he has already learned to communicate with his owners using a 45-button soundboard. Man, that is cool. Definitely want to check that out. You probably could find that on the internet somewhere and watch the dog talk. Maybe we could look him up later and see. Coming in at number 40. Watch families Dasset Hound and Speedy Tortoise play football together. Jaguar the tortoise, named for his speed, loves to play soccer with the family's Dasset Hound, which is usually an unfair fight. And you know why? Because the Dasset Hound has short legs. I tell you what, some of these animals do keep us smiling, and I can see why people have different pets to fit their personalities. Coming in at number 39, rather than slip into depression, man quits job, sells possessions, and traveled the world with the ferret. After enduring 3 heartbreaking losses in the same year, this former airman quit his job so that he could find happiness on the road with his pet ferret. Look at that. They look happy to me. I tell you what, wish I was on the beach right now. Yeah, been working out, getting buffed up. Try me. I'm going to be ready this summer for you. 6-pack, 8-pack. And number 38, Hawking's, a 50-year mystery about falling into black holes, has finally been solved. Solving Hawking's black hole information paradox, scientists end a 50-year contradiction of what happens when things fall in a black hole. What does happen when things fall in a black hole? They just fall? They just keep falling? Is it an end in the black hole? Is that why it's called a hole? But holes do have a bottom to it, even if you can't see it. Ba-da-ba-ba, number 37. Scientists discover a complete protein found nowhere on Earth that fell from space may hint at planet's origin. Yeah, a meteorite fell to the Earth with some DNA on it or some protein on it, and they got excited, so okay, whatever. And in the world of health, coming in at number 36, accidental discovery of new T-cell hailed as major breakthrough for universal cancer therapy. All right, once the researchers determined the mechanism of the revolutionary new T-cell, they hope to trial the treatment by the end of the year. Let's go for it, baby. Heal those patients. Number 35 is looking alive. 100 years after the first diabetes breakthrough, Canadian scientists believe they have found a cure. Dr. James Chaparro has cured diabetes in mice, raising hopes for a cure in humans with the funding and more research. Thank you. Those mice can have been cured. But wait, if it took 100 years to cure diabetes, how did they find a cure for COVID so fast? That's all I'm trying to say. And more good news. More, 34, more, 34, more. Breakthrough solar system uses recycled aluminum to store energy without batteries. How freaking cool is that? I'm not even a scientist and I love that idea. Swedish startup Alizo is deploying solar systems that use recycled aluminum to store and generate power using thermal energy without batteries. That is freaking awesome. I love it. Save the trees, 33. Save the trees, 33. Save the tree, 33. Company collects 80% of the city's recyclable plastics and turns it all into lumber. How awesome! And recyclable plastics get turned into lumber. All right, I love it. More than 80% of the plastic recyclables of Halifax have been processed by a brilliant local company that turns it all into lumber. Man, and then you can use that lumber to build houses to get the people off the street. How about that? Yes, give it up for plastic to lumber. Plastic to lumber. We all love fungus, but coming in at number 32, what might frighten you, student grew her own canoe out of a mushroom, thinks fungus is our best ally to climate change. Katie Ayers has succeeded in growing her own canoe out of melism, and the student believes it is a perfect example of how mushrooms can save the world. I love it. She is probably sitting in the top of a mushroom paddling. For solar power. Breakthrough 3D solar panels design increases light absorption by 125%, a potential game changer. The University of York has increased the ability of solar panels to absorb light by a stunning 125% using a checkerboard design. Give it up for the checkerboards. Remember when bands only came in checkerboard? Anybody remember that? All right, coming in at that dirty 30. We almost halfway there. This Dutchman invents a coffin that turns bodies into mushrooms. Wait a minute, but then we can use the mushrooms for canoes. We are nutrients, not waste. Dutch biodesigner Bob Hendricks has designed a coffin made of mushroom, a living cocoon that would turn the deceased body into a super compost. I like the idea. Turn me into mushrooms, put me in a mushroom soup, throw some asparagus on top of me, and call it a dish. Number 29 is looking real fine. These new solar pavement driveways made of plastic bottles can power the average household. My house is going to have that. That is unbelievable. You've already heard about solar panel rooftops, but now a company from Hungary is powering residential homes with solar panel driveways. That is the way to go. I lived in Las Vegas. Ain't nothing but sun out there. Give those people solar panels. You can save so much money. You have no idea. You could power the whole casino on sunlight. But no, you want to use fossil fuels. Yes, number 28. This California highway has just become the first state road made from recycled plastic in the U.S. Not only is the process used by Caltrans a more eco-friendly than traditional methods, the material lasts 3 times longer than normal asphalt. Thank you. Plastic bottles have made a comeback, and look at what they're doing. Can be made into wood. They can be made into asphalt. This is unbelievable. Let's change the world, people. 27 will take you to heaven. As Earth's ozone layer continues to repair itself, scientists happily report good news on a global wind trends. It has been 35 years since the world passed legislation to protect the ozone layer, and new research says it has been a thrilling success. All right, keep that ozone protected. Need to keep my skin protected. Thank you. Number 26. This Dutch guy, famous for cleaning up Pacific garbage patch, is now clearing the world's rivers too. Young Dutch scientist Bowen Slate is responsible for cleaning the world's oceans, and he is now cleaning up rivers in his new invention, the Inceptor. And that's awesome. Thank you, Mr. Bowen Slate. You are doing a great job, and I wish you would hire me to help you clean up the earth, because I want to dig in and I want to help clean up too. Thank you, Mr. Bowen Slate. Yes, number 25. Tech startup can now brew up carbon-negative rocket fuel by capturing CO2 emissions from the air. How about that? Just way above my scientific pay grade. Just out of it. I'm just thinking, what else can they pull out the air? All right, we're over halfway there. Number 24. Hawaii group sets record for largest haul of plastic removed from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Ocean Voyages Institute made history, removing 103 tons of fishing net and consumer plastic in one trip to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. All right, let's give it up for the Ocean Voyages Institute, because they are doing a great job. If you guys need help, please put an ad in the paper or online. Wow, now this one actually blows my mind. Number 23, a giant fusion reactor hotter than the sun to provide unlimited clean energy without waste marks the milestone. The assembly phase of one of humanity's most complex engineering products, a giant nuclear fusion reactor called ITER, launched in France. Wow, that did it right there. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. We have energy, and they're hiding it from us. Number 22 has made its way. This invention for renewable energy inspired by the physics of northern lights won the 2020 Dyson Prize. Calvary Etherin McGee. Invention harvests UV rays and converts them into visible light to generate electricity. He captured the light from the northern lights and created energy. I love it. That is awesome. Number 21. The guy who sells ocean plastic bracelets from closing in on 8 million pounds of waste pulled from the sea. The company that has been selling $20 plastic bracelets made of ocean plastic is expanding operations and succeeding in a big way. That is crazy. That is crazy. He is getting... That is crazy. Checking this one out at number 20. Nursing home residents recreate classic album covers while in lockdown. Check it out. The activities director of the London nursing home, Robert Specker, shot photos of seniors recreating classic album covers while in lockdown and donated calendar proceeds to an Alzheimer's organization. I love it. Let's give it up for the seniors out there in London nursing home. And thank you, Mr. Robert Specker, for being such a great activity director. Coming in at number 19, Dave Grohl accepted a 10-year-old girl's virtual drum-off challenge, and it wasn't easy as it sounds. When Nady Bushell challenges you to a drum-off by playing your Foo Fighters hit song Everlong, if you're Dave Grohl, you say yes and more. Man, that is good. We need to look that up on the internet and check it out. I bet she went in too. I love drummers. Drummers go hard. I respect them because it's physical and you got to stay on beat because everybody follows your bass drum. Hey, give it up for the art lovers coming in at number 18. Isolated art lovers are recreating masterpieces using everyday objects, and the results are amazing. Several social media pages and their followers to combat quarantine boredom by recreating iconic paintings by just 3 objects in their house. That is great. Look at that. That is great. I love it. Look at the creativity. Look at this. Give it up for the dogs, and I love it. After noticing lack of good sticks at the park, Dad turns old tree branches into stick library for neighborhood dogs. I could just imagine. The dogs are loving it. More than 50 dogs have delighted in the stash of sticks. That is awesome, man. That is great. Man, I bet those pooches were going crazy. Number 16 will have you dialing out. Engineer makes a do-it-yourself cell phone with rotary dial so she doesn't have to use a smartphone. She just don't want to be tracked. And she used a rotary phone too. Rather than to learn to live with a smartphone, this engineer designed her own cell phone with the rotary dial, and she is helping others to make their own. Hey, I'll take one. Why not? Use it as a backup phone. Yes, I bet it works great too. All right, number 15 is worth 15 grand per leaf. Green Thumb Man grows plants worth $15,000 per leaf, inspired by grandmother's love. England's Tony Lee Britton has been growing rare house plants worth $15,000 per leaf. Look at that. Look at that green thumb this man has, and he loves it. He is smiling growing flowers. I love it. Give it up. Number 14 will have you blooming, because here's another green thumb couple coming at you from Britain. Number 14, Britain's best gardening couple outdo themselves with spring spectacular after spending lockdown tending their oasis. With nothing but time on their hands, they could only grow the prettiest flowers and have the best garden. The Newtons have created Britain's best garden and grown a spring spectacular bursting with color in the Warsaw after spending lockdown tending their oasis. Look at that. Look at those colors. It looks like a painting. Looks something like something Ross did, man. Bob Ross, we love you, man. Lucky number 13. This moving company helps victims of domestic violence leave abusive homes nationwide at no cost. A moving company serving the U.S. and Canada has been donating its time and labor to help victims of domestic violence and move safely and quickly. Quickie. But yes, thank you, college hunks hauling junk, because you guys are awesome. Dirty Dozen, Baker's Dozen. Joann stores are handing out free fabric supplies at curbside to anyone sewing face mask at home. Check that out. They are giving you free face mask materials if you sew face mask at home. That is awesome. Thank you, Joann stores. You are awesome. Spectacular. It's a pleasure. No, but seriously, Joann stores, thank you for what you have done. You have protected so many people just by donating those materials, and others have been helping out. Awesomeness. Thank you. Gratitude is shown. I don't know. Number 11, I don't know. I'm just saying, IKEA released instructions on how to build the 6 best blanket forts for your home quarantine. I don't know. I was the king at building forts. I don't know, IKEA. That looked kind of weak to me. That's a weak fort. Weak fort! Telling you, my forts were the best. 4-star general salute, because I had the best fort. Yeah! Man, check this out. Number 10 will make you win. Customers jump up to help run restaurants when chef is left alone after staff emergency. Beautiful to witness. Hutley, New Zealand. Restaurant customers jumped up to help the Thai food. Hutley lost most of its staff on a busy Friday night. Give it up. Give it up. I don't know if I would have got up and helped, though. That's just... Yes. What? I'm being honest. What do you want me to do? I'll tell you what. Thank you for joining me, because I am in here having fun. And I've been in the restaurant business for a long time. I worked in Miami. I worked in Sweden. I worked in Germany. I worked in Las Vegas. I have been around the world bartending, been on the beach in California. But coming in at number 9, customer leaves entire $1,200 stimulus check as a generous tip for family-owned restaurant. That is unbelievable. The employees at the Colonial Steakhouse in Pine Bluff, Arkansas were over the moon with gratitude after a customer left them a particularly hefty gratuity. Thank you, Mr. Customer, whoever you are, because you made those people day. Because I know how hard it is in those restaurants. And especially with COVID-19, things will never be the same. So thank you, customers that know and that do. We thank you. And those who don't do, we thank you too, because you helped me be a better server. Thank you. I'll tell you what, these blessings just be coming out of nowhere, and I know I get my blessings. Number 8 is another blessing. A 17-year-old Angel cashier picks up a $173 grocery bill for senior shopper who found himself short on cash. Oh man, that is unbelievable. I'm telling you, some of these stories are just heartwarming, and if you want to hear more, just follow me on YouTube, okay? Chico Chad, one word, 2 Ds. A senior supermarket customer praised a teenage employee for being the light of day after she insisted on paying for his groceries. That is amazing. Sometimes people just want to do things out of the goodness of their heart, and that's just what it's all about, just giving from your heart. Thank you. Thank you, you 17-year-old Angel. Thank you. Man, I tell you, this is an amazing story right here. This electrician comes to repair lights for a 72-year-old. Then enlist the entire community to fix her crumbling house for free. That is a blessing. They put this woman's house back together. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Look at there. They're just so happy to just even be doing it. Look, she cooked for them, or somebody cooked for them. I don't know who cooked for them, but they got some food back there. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna go get me a little snack. Little snacky snack. Look at this. Number 6 is awesome too. Family cheers up neighborhood by spending 6 hours coloring each brick of their house with rainbow chalk. Look at that. That is awesome. That just made the whole house just stand out, and I bet everybody was just loving it. That is awesome. That was probably fun and something to do. What? We're almost there. Number 5. Number 5. Hotel stays open during lockdown to house homeless locals who are repaying the favor with odd jobs. Give it up. 45 rough sleepers during COVID-19 shutdowns, and in return, the homeless repaid their kindness. That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. One hand washes the other. One hand washes the other. That's all I can say. Number 4. Before I hit the floor, Jimmy Fallon asked Twitter to describe their quarantine in 6 words, and the results are hilarious. Fine, you can paint daddy's nails. Sheltering in place, Jimmy Fallon produced the Tonight Show at Home edition, and his hashtag segment was hilarious. My quarantine in 6 words. I love it. Hey, maybe we could look that up and check it out and see what some of the 6-word quotes were. I bet you they were funny. Yes, I don't know what. I bet you they were funny. Oh man, the things that people come up with sometimes, I tell you. All right, check this out. The wine fairies are coming in at number 3. They have been anonymously gifting booze and treats to neighbors who could use a smile. That's what's up. I mean, of course, they have to be in the community, meaning their own a Facebook community or something like that. You have to be over 21 people. Don't think the wine fairies are going to bring you wine if you're 18 years old. Get that out your mind. Okay. Yes, down to number 2, watching Matthew McConaughey cheer nursing home residents with rousing game of virtual bingo. You can see him here with his family, and he's cheering on around a Rock Senior Living facility with his family cheering them on. Go, go, go. B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O, bingo was his name. Oh, you know it. Come on, man. Look at him. He seems more excited than they are. Woo! All right, and the number 1 story of 2020, the 89-year-old sold 600 masks while listening to the Beatles. Watch this young-hearted senior as she sews homemade masks for all her friends, family, and community members while jamming out to the Beatles. That is awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for giving it up and being kind during these hard COVID moments in life, because this is something that we've never dealt with before. Thank you for joining me. It's been great. 2020 is on its way out the door. 2021 is on its way in. I just want to thank you for your support on my YouTube channel, Chico Chad. And as we continue to grow, Vicious Intelligence LLC will create more positive experiences for you and more motivational speeches for you as well. Thank you. Have a great New Year's.